Welcome back to day 3 of the Mining Investment Event of the North. Alvaro Peralta with MiningIR. We have such a special guest right now. Joanne, what an event you've put together.
Thank you so much.
It's been absolutely 3 days of exciting conversations in a beautiful venue. The food has been outstanding.
Thank you.
And what you did with that diamond room,
the Diamante.
that could stay up 365 a
Yeah,
year.
the Diamante Lounge with the best looking course shack north of the border. I'm pretty sure, but it was an exciting night for sure.
How's it been for you?
Oh my goodness. Day 3, it really feels almost like a fever dream. You know, we had record attendance, 750 registered. We had 254 quality investors. Last year we had 180. The year before that we had 80. So obviously we're growing. What I'm most proud about, I think, this year is it's kind of our breakthrough year. This is the year where we've really had the big market caps come in. We had 15 of the billion-dollar market caps join us this year. We had the big sponsors. Glencore is in. You know, all the Cisco's are here. Sustainable sponsor. So, I mean, it's for us, and our panels have been on fire. I mean,
The energies.
the Legends
off the charts.
panel, you know, we've got amazing network events. And I want to say that, you know, the old way of conferencing is broken. And right now, I may not have the best business model, but I've got the right thing to do model for our industry and for our community.
There's something in the vision that you have that it brings oxygen into the room.
Yeah.
I think that you changing to this venue has been absolutely amazing. It was so great to hear that you've got a 5-year road here of really helping you to develop the next ones. And give us an idea of some of the highlights for you. Who are some of the people that you've talked to? What are some of the conversations?
Well, you know, everybody's coming back. That's like, oh my God. And I've heard, I was sent some emails by someone who I will not mention that said, here's what they're saying. And this is from one of my sponsors. You know, I wasn't sure about if I was going to come back, but that party last night sealed the deal for me.
Oh.
So, you know, for me, it's not just about the meetings. It's really about the networking. Because let's face it, these big billion-dollar market caps, they can pick up a phone and make a meeting, right? But I'm like, you need to be here to support your community, to support mining in Canada.
I think it goes, for me, it goes further than support. It's a celebration.
Yes.
It's an opportunity for colleagues to get together.
Yes.
We know that this is a small knit family. We see a lot of the same people at a lot of the same events, except for the investors. A lot of the investors I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
That was really exciting.
Yeah.
An opportunity to network and catch up and check in on each other.
Yeah, and present in a beautiful room. You know, I mean...
And kudos to the staff at this
Oh my
venue.
God, my team.
Your
Can I
team?
just tell you, my team, I mean, it takes a village. And these guys are like, they're so dedicated. They're young, but they're dedicated. They have a fire under them. They're amazing. They're absorbing everything. They're learning. You know, which kind of segues into my other initiative here, and that's the students, right? So we brought in 50 students from across Canada here on the official Be Student sponsorship. We're now recognized as the largest fully funded student conference program, and we bring them in for free for 3 days, and that's Glencore and Cisco, and they're coming back next year as well to sponsor the students. So
It's Glencore and Cisco through your vision and through your providing a platform for it to exist. I saw those kids last night, and it was so heartwarming to see them in mentoring moments, talking to people, being curious in an industry that is dying for the next generation to step up.
what conference is giving these kids the opportunity to rub elbows with CEOs and investors and really get a visceral message and feel for what the mining industry is like? You know, I'm not seeing any other conference program doing that and funding them.
I agree.
Know?
And I got to think, if you put yourself in the position of the CEOs, having an opportunity to share and mentor is such a gratifying experience. It's like looking in the rearview mirror and saying, did I really do all of that?
Yeah, exactly.
So, why don't we segue into how did this ever come about? Why did it come about?
Well, you know, I've been doing this for a really long time. I like to roll my eyes when I say it, but I did the first site visit ever for VRIC in '86. You know, I was at the first gold pour for IAM Gold in the early 2000s. You know, I was Peter Moroney's first IR hire. I was with Noront when they sold Windfall. I mean, I've seen a lot, right? I've traveled a lot, been to a lot of conferences. And I always said, one day I'm going to have my own conference and I'm going to do it this way or that way. But it takes it takes timing and it takes money to put one of these together. And so when I had the opportunity to throw the dice and actually do it, and I had spoken to a lot of potential sponsors and mining companies, if I did this, would you support me? And it was a resounding yes across the board. And the reason was, why aren't we doing a real investor style show like the Denver Gold, like Beaver Creek, in Canada? We're the mining capital of the world. Why aren't we doing one of these in Canada? And I would ask that question. They're like, Joe, if you do it, we will come. So I took a very, very big risk right after COVID. And I'm like, okay, it's either going to work or it's not. It's high risk and high reward, right? So the first year we had 47 companies with 300 participants, 80 investors. Second year, we grew over 100%, 108 companies, 180 investors, just under 600 participants. And this year, I'm so happy that we have 254 quality investors. I haven't finished with the meetings, but I'm sure we're going to have a record number of meetings put together too. And everybody has said the same thing. Quality, well run, love the networking, you know.
Well, let me tell you what I've experienced when I've gone to the different little muster areas and chit-chatted. I've made some introductions. I've got the privilege of interviewing a lot of the CEOs from these companies. I know the deals that they're working on, the projects that they're doing. I've also talked to some of the investors, and I've made a couple of introductions. And here's the funny thing that's happening. They're desperately looking at their schedule to see how they're going to jostle it around so they can actually have time to meet.
Exactly.
I mean, that doesn't get better.
Yeah, and we have like meeting areas and a Connect Lounge, and we've tried to, you know, we're a really small family, like you said, you know, and the mining industry has had a couple of tough years, you know, and we all have to pull together as one. And I like to think that this is the premier meeting place for that one group of people. And if we don't pull together as a community of one, we're not going to have one. So it's really important for us at this point.
One of the things that you've been able to do extremely well is keep it intimate.
Yes.
There's a sense of, regardless of the challenging scheduling and the desire to get more scheduling in, there's a sense of space. The meeting areas are really conducive to excellent conversations. The way you've designed the meeting hall, alphabetical.
Right.
You don't have to sit there and have a map with you are here.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get around and find people.
And someone said to me, "Oh my God, like how you're doing this so differently because mining companies have their own meeting room." I'm like, "But they're paying me. Why wouldn't they have their own meeting room? You're the investor. You're coming here for free. You can run around a little bit, right?"
It's a testament to your experience, you know, having all the investment relations experience and the challenges and frustrations of going to these conferences. having lousy coffee and unhealthy food and inadequate meeting spaces.
Yeah.
And yes, you're all in the same room, and you're just dead out of it. And instead, myself, day 3, I'm energized. I'm ready to go.
Great.
It's been absolutely amazing.
You know, I've been in the mining community for a really long time, and I really feel like we haven't been treated very well. That's how I feel. Like, I'll take your money, but, and I'm like, no, my name is behind this, and it means my reputation is, pretty good in this industry. We all have our lovers and haters, but
yes,
my reputation is pretty good, and if I'm putting my name behind it, it's going to be done right, and it's going to be done the right way, and it's going to be done respectfully.
Well, I think the industry is well served by having one of their own be an event planner, taking the risk and putting themselves out there for like this. It's been absolutely successful for us.
Thank you so much.
We are so honored to be on the green carpet as one of the media sponsors, and to be here and participate has been absolutely.
And we'll see you next year, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I'm looking forward.
Awesome.
To it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care.